Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Moifrika Capital, where we do analysis of major currencies, including Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro CHF, Euro CAD, GBP CAD, and many others. And we also do the analysis of gold. Now, we will begin our analysis by looking at Euro USD and we will do analysis from scratch from higher time frames to lower time frames, that is top down analysis. Now looking at the monthly, we can see that the market has been moving in uh, in an uptrend, and we can see that it broke the previous resistance and now turned it to support. And we always know that for every resistance that is broken, we expect it to be turned into support. Now looking at the monthly, we can see that this market has been trading within this range, and we can see that it broke out to the upper side using this move. Also we can see that looking at the monthly, we can see that there was this downtrend move which the market broke, and we expect that the market one time will come to retest this trend line, and as it comes to retest, it will come in line with this area of resistance that is turned support. Now looking at the weekly, we can see that the market has been moving in a series of higher highs. We can see after the formation of this double bottom pattern here, the market began moving in a series of higher highs and higher lows. Now we can see that at this point the market has broken this. This is the previously broken area of resistance, and that is turned support. And looking at the weekly time frame, we can see that the market came back to this area at this point and retested that zone, making it to start moving in the uptrend. Now coming back to the daily, we can see that the market is moving in a very critical. The trend is even more clear, but we have to note that looking at this daily time frame, we can see that the market has broken the daily trend line downwards, and we are at a critical point of almost retesting it. Actually, if we fine-tuned it to touch that zone, then we can say that the market is yet to touch it. Also on the daily, what I see is a daily order block at this point, and I can also see that there was this area that was acting as support and resistance. Now coming to this point, we can see that the market came to this area, acted as resistance, it broke it upwards and came to retest it, which and acted as the support, and now coming down broke the area. And looking here this point, we can see that the market pushed downwards, meaning that this area was trying to resist, but it was broken upwards. Now we expect that the market will come to this area, and then from that area we could see a possible reaction due to this formation of a higher high and a higher low. Now we can also note that on the daily time frame we had this change of character at this point where the market tried to break downwards. Unless this is a false breakout, then we could say that the market has shifted the trend to a downtrend. Now coming to the 4 hours, now this is where things get clear, and we can see that from this area we had a double top formation. Actually it's a head and shoulder, looking at this being the left shoulder, this being the high and this being the left shoulder. Therefore we expect that the market will come back to this area and retest it and continue with a sell a downtrend. Now I want us to fine tune these areas. Now looking at the daily, we have this area. If we came to the 4 hours, I would like to fine tune it to this order block here that initiated the long run upwards. Also, I will wish to highlight this area, which is also an order block that is on the 4 hours time frame. Now that I'm expecting the market to have some sell momentum, actually we can see that the market is overbought from this area coming back up. Now I expect the market to form some sell from this area, and I will only confirm myself if I see a 1 hour fractal change or a 4 hour fractal change. Then from there, I can confirm that I can continue with my sell. And my first take profit during the sale will be the movement to that area. Therefore, this will be my first take profit. Then my second take profit, if the market continues lower, then will be that. And if the market continues further, then I can expect the market to touch this zone. Now, what are the exceptions for this case on this scenario? The first exception is if this area is not obeyed and the market now continues with the uptrend. It will mean that buyers are in strong control. Now that is the first scenario in which my trades will not be applied. Now the second application is if we have this downward push to this area and we have this resistance and it fails to break, therefore it will also be a signal that the signal is not it will be a signal that the trade is not function. Therefore there could be that case scenario, and alternatively we could come to this area and now instead of going to take profit too, we remain blocked in the zone. Or alternatively, we could have this scenario and we fail to break the area and continue with the uptrend. Therefore, those are my analysis and my views on Euro USD from the monthly time frame coming to the weekly time frame, the daily, and now the 4 hours where we look for the fractal. A good scenario of the fractal change is at this point where the market broke the lower lows at this area and continued with the downtrend. Now we expect that the market will react from this neckline, but at least let us have the market move to the center of this buy before the sell. That is my analysis on the Euro USD. Meanwhile, those who want to jump into trades and want to risk can take a risk of this, and a risk of 20 pips for 60 or 70 pips. Then you will be required to be very keen because sellers might come in at this zone. That is my view on Euro USD.